guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making some cake pops. What you're going to need is a bowl, your cake, this is leftover from the last cake I made, and a little bit of frosting. You'll need a scoop and some melting chocolate. I have regular chocolate and I'm going to go and get some white for decorations. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your cake and crumble it up. I'm going to go ahead and use a mixer just because it's easier. It makes it nice and crumbly and you can get the perfect cake balls from it. So my cake is nice and crumbled. You can see that it's in little chunks here. You're going to take some frosting. You don't need much for boxed cake. I'm just doing a little spoonful just to help it stick together, and you're just going to mix it and squish it up. Okay, so when you're done mixing, and I mixed mine by hand, I just squished it together, it should form a stiff dough. You're going to take your scooper, and I like using a scoop just because all of my little cake balls are the same size, and you're just going to roll them in your hand. There you have it. Then you're going to stick it in the fridge or freezer. I'm going to throw mine in the fridge and I'm going to go to the store for a little bit, and when I come back I will show you guys how to dip them. Okay, so my cake balls are nice and chilled. I'm going to go ahead and melt my chocolate. Make sure you have a glass bowl. I'm just doing a couple chunks of almond bark, or chocolate bark, and a couple chunks of almond bark. I did go ahead and buy the white. So 30-second intervals, stir it, 30 seconds, stir it until it's fully melted. Okay, so I have my chocolate melted. And I have some cake sticks. You can get these at Walmart or Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I'm going to show you how to do a few actual cake pops, and then I'm going to do the rest as cake truffles. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your stick and you're going to want to dip it in your chocolate. And then you're going to jab it into one of your cake balls. That's going to help it stay on the stick. Now it's not going to work if your cake balls are too soft. That's why you need to throw them in the freezer or fridge. And you're just going to dip your cake pop. And I like tapping mine off just a little bit. And then you can take your sprinkles and just roll it in it. You will want something to put your cake pops in while they set to dry. This is just a cup full of rice. If it's completely covered in sprinkles, you can also just stick it upside down. So for the rest of the cake balls, I'm just going to dip them in chocolate and set them directly on the parchment paper. You take it and either scoot it off just by gently shaking it, or use a toothpick and scrape it off. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing, but this time with white. Okay, so all of my balls and pops are dipped. You probably noticed that I left some of them blank, no sprinkles. That's because we're going to make them a little bit more elegant by just drizzling some chocolate across it. So you're going to want to take the remainder of your white chocolate, just put it in a little Ziploc bag, snip off a very, very small portion at the end. And then you're just going to do this across the blank chocolate cake balls. And then you'll notice that I left a cake pop blank as well. You can do the same thing over this, or you can swirl it. You start at the top and you just spin your cake ball, your cake pop. And what I like to do with these sometimes is use sanding sugar while this is still wet and sprinkle it all over the white chocolate. So then you have a nice pop of color on top of the chocolate. But this is what it looks like. And we're gonna do the exact same thing, but opposite. Your chocolate might be dry, so just heat it up a little bit, scoop it into a Ziploc bag, and drizzle your dark chocolate over the white chocolate. Okay, then all that's left is just to display them nice and pretty. There you go. Got all the cake pops that you made. And go ahead and eat them. So you don't need to waste your money on expensive bakery cake pops or cake truffles. Make them yourself. Boxed cake mix, a little bit of canned frosting, some almond bark. You can make at least 2 dozen from one box of cake, as long as you do them in all uniform sizes that are just a single scoop. All right, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye!